Hey guys, welcome to today's stream. Today I'm with Fernando, one of my students in the Geometry Gurus Gold SAT math program. He's going to kind of talk a little bit of kind of like his experiences in the program. First things first, dude, right? I mean, I just want to introduce yourself real quick. I mean, who you are, a little bit about yourself, right? And then we can kind of go from there.
Oh, hey guys, I'm Fernando. I'm going in my senior year of high school. So I've been studying for the SAT for the last 2 months now, and Jared's been helping me out, and he's really done a great job. So yeah.
Absolutely, man. Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about, your experience in Geometry Gurus, right? How long did you work with us in Geometry Gurus? And, tell us a little bit, how much were you able to improve your score?
So unfortunately, I was only there for 6 weeks. Honestly, I wish I was there for a longer period of time. But in that short time frame of 6 weeks, I was able to improve my score of for 200 points. It's a really big improvement for only 6 weeks, which is really good. So I really thank Jared for really helping me out there.
For sure, man. And thanks for saying that, right? Let's talk a little bit about, what was your kind of biggest struggle with SAT math before joining the program? And how did it make you feel about your test preparation as a whole?
Yeah, well, my struggle was mostly doing it by myself. I feel like it really helped me having a tutor, someone guiding me like hand to hand, someone telling me what I needed to do every single day, every single week. So I could see it short term instead of overwhelming myself what I needed to do for the next 2, 3 months. So that really helped me out. That was my struggle.
For sure. And how did these struggles, like, I know you kind of mentioned like, doing it by yourself. I mean, how did that kind of impact your confidence and overall your outlook on the SAT?
Oh, it impacted heavily on I felt a lot more confidence going into my SAT, knowing that I was just being more prepared for your SAT. You feel a lot more confident. So if you do it by yourself, you might achieve a good score, but you never know how well you prepared yourself. But if you have someone who's more experienced, probably a better student than you, helping you out, then you're confident that you were well prepared.
Okay, gotcha. I mean, which parts of the Geometry Gurus program did you find most effective in, helping you achieving your score improvement? What was there like anything in particular that made a significant difference for you?
Honestly, the competitive side to each like class that we would have, I would honestly get kind of pressed when I didn't know some of the answers and there was someone else like always answering the questions. And I always wanted to be one of the first people to answer the questions. So that would just drive me to be a better person, not like be a better student, better my understanding of this certain subject so I can beat the other students around me.
Okay, so for you, it wasn't like it was mostly being in that environment of other students
Yeah,
that made you feel like you got the most progress. Is that kind of what I'm understanding?
yeah, that competitiveness to it really, yeah, that pressure to it really helped me stride. Yeah.
For sure. I mean, just curious, right? Can you kind of describe like a breakthrough moment or like a key turning point of your journey that made you feel like, hey, like they kind of flipped the switch in you, is like, and made you get the results that you were looking for?
I mean, well, after taking my first diagnostic test, like it was just really not that good. So that turning point, where I took my second diagnostic test around halfway through my journey, that really gave me the motivation to keep on going, and that really made me look on how hard I have worked those last couple of weeks, and how much more I could improve the next weeks that I could follow. So that really was my turning point for me.
Absolutely. I mean, dude, I remember your first exam, like your first like diagnostic exam, right? When you scored that score, you were kind of pissed off, right?
Oh yeah.
So I remember, after we gone through like your first few questions, using Desmos and things along that nature,
Yeah.
you felt a lot more
Oh, yeah.
confident. I still remember when you told me you went in and you felt bad for the next person next to you, right? Because
Yeah.
what did you say about that again?
Yeah, because I mean, I felt bad for myself at first because when I started my SAT prep, I didn't really know much about Desmos. So stuff for systems of equations. No, like I was always taught how to do it manually, so I would take my 1 or 2 minutes and how to solve them manually and everything. So when Jared really gave me the helpful tip of how to solve them automatically through Desmos, like I could solve them in 15 to 30 seconds. And I was looking at all the people around me taking my SAT, and I was like, oh, these suckers don't know what they're doing.
Hey, dude, I mean, I know that kind of like where you came from, right? And on our first discussion together, I knew kind of like the struggles you were going through. After going through just the 6 weeks with the program, how confident do you feel about SAT math now, and how prepared do you feel for your upcoming tests when you're taking it in August?
So obviously, I still feel that I have a lot to do, a lot of hard work to put in.
Mhm.
But I feel a lot more confident than when I started, I could say, especially with your help. Yeah.
Awesome, man. I mean, in what ways do you feel like the program kind of changed your approach, and not just your approach, but your mindset for towards the SAT?
Uh, well, it really just helped me, like I said before, not feel overwhelmed by what I had to do in a long period of time, and it really helped me organize what I had to do, separating how the curriculum is separated by weeks, so I could see that mentally in a more short period of time, and that really helped me lower my stress and that approaching the SAT.
For sure, dude. I mean, and just a couple more questions before we wrap up. You had a lot of instances, in office hours, and those are one-on-ones, and also in the group sessions that kind of like you know laid the groundwork to where you are today. What was the most surprising or the most like unexpected benefit that you gained from the Geometry Gurus Gold program? Was there any like positive changes that you had that maybe you didn't anticipate before?
I mean, maybe well, I mean, it was not just one thing, but several things. I mean, access to the curriculum 24/7, access to your tutors anytime you wanted to, access to the other classmates around you. I remember several times I accessed one of the students. So we would chat pretty like at least once a week, asking. We even gave ourselves confidence before the exam. We would text each other like good luck and everything, which really motivated us and everything. So yeah, that was something very surprising that I ever
Oh,
saw.
really? I actually didn't even know that was happening. Who was the student? It's not like
Uh, Juan,
oh, really?
yeah,
That's great, dude. I'm happy that
yeah,
I knew you and Juan would kick it off, right?
yeah,
And awesome. I mean, I'm happy. I had no idea that happened. I didn't know that you were like, in Juan and you were DMing each other, and
yeah, yeah.
trying to figure out a way to boost each other's confidence, man. That's great, right? I mean, beyond the SAT, I mean, how do you think this program has impacted other areas of your academic journey, or not just your academic journey, but future aspirations even in the future?
Oh, for sure. It definitely helped me. Probably like I said before, really helped me put in the work it really helped me set the mindset in order to put in the hard work to something that I wanted to achieve. That really helped me out.
For sure, man. Well, Fernando, just one last thing that I kind of wanted to ask you before we wrapped up, right? If you saw someone else that was in your situation, 6, 7 weeks ago, or, a parent who has a student, in your situation 6, 7 weeks ago, what type of advice for other students or other parents would you give if they were also struggling in SAT math?
I mean, I would definitely recommend them to you. Yeah, you guys, you really helped me out, increase my score a lot. So I would definitely really recommend them to you for sure.
Absolutely. And thank you for that, right? Really what I was asking, right, is like what like strategy and what but but that warms my heart, man.
Yeah.
I loved having you in the program, right? Was there any strategy or any keys that, you would like to kind of give to somebody else that like, would might propel their journey, even if it, just even if they were just by themselves?
I feel that everybody has their own journey and how they approach the SAT. The most important thing is putting the time, putting the hard work, and that's it.
Awesome. I mean, seems like you're a man of pretty few words, right? He's to say, know what you have to do and just do it.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm understanding. Well, Fernando, dude, I just want to thank you again for doing this interview, right? your journey, being able to see you go from, where you were 6, 7 weeks ago, I think is longer now, right? 6, 7 weeks ago to where you are right now. I mean, just the way you carry yourself, it's just like night and day difference, man. For those of you who are watching, Fernando was here every day, right? Like he put in the work every single day and he was willing to, put his blood, sweat, and tears, even sometimes, right? When like, when no one else wanted to, right? And that's why I admire him so much because he was able to go through the tenacity and all those things. Okay.
I really
Now,
appreciate that.
yeah, Fernando, man, it was an honor to have you. Guys, those of you who are watching, if you guys want to have similar results to Fernando, all you need to do is click the learn more button down below. Okay. And then that way you can book a call with me and then I can learn a little bit more about your situation. And hey, if it's a good fit, it's a good fit. If not, I'd be more than happy to point you in a direction that would be a good fit for you. Fernando, again, man, I just want to say thank you so much for your time. And, I hope that, when you take the August SAT, right, you're looking for the score that you're getting.
Of course, yeah, thank you. I really appreciate those kind words you said about me, and
Awesome.
thank you for those words of encouragement. Yeah.
Anytime, man. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for your time. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
See you guys.